Hi folks, back to acrylic for this one. I've just painted, or just put a coat of thicker household emulsion over this sheet. It was a painting I did before this one. I don't intend to I'm just trying to get my board right. Just put that up there, pull that down on there. Oh, that hasn't changed hardly. Right, okay. My palette is just a tear-off sheet of acrylic paper or oil paint. A tear-off palettes or acrylic. One of these, just tear it off. Oh, there we go, tear it off. Stick it to the board so it doesn't move, and then carry on. Right, I'm going to use my cheapo, well not cheapo, but they were worn out brushes, I meant to say, worn out. I've got several of these. One of them is just really getting loose now. I've banged some pins in some of them, or a couple of them, when they give out. What happens is that the handle starts where my thumb is. It's there. It goes in just that far, and the bristles come down to about there. So you've got a whole inch space in between that water accumulates, and if you leave the brushes in the water for too long. Right. So I'll use this one. This one's pretty firm. The bristles on this are just a bit too long. You can't always, unless you select them yourself or buying on straight from the dealer, the shop. You don't know what it's going to be like. So I'm going to do a. I'll use some vet gel or something like that if I can find a container to put it in, just to help it spread a bit easily. It's still very dry here. I've got all sorts of stuff here. Right, I'll put some vet gel in here. Now, vet gel used by vets for obvious applications. There's my vet gel. It dries absolutely clear. It's acrylic, and it was very cheap, relatively cheap. There it is, Blue Obstetric Gel, AgriHealth. That's the company, AgriHealth. I've had it several years now, so I don't use it a lot. But this is quite a big. This is 16 by 12 sheet. I want to go wild with the skies. So here we are. Bit of vet gel. Let's see what happens. It helps it move. Just go in with your colours: Payne's grey, blue, red. I love Turner. I mean, well, most British artists love Turner. He painted in an impressionist way back in 1820s, 1830s. I'm going to put some yellow ochre out. I'll put that here. That's not a lot. I don't use a lot of it. It's the burnt sienna, but the burnt sienna is going a bit solid now. It's not behaving, but it was cheap. Right, keep going. Red, close down red, a bit of this, bit of that. And a bit of red to that burnt sienna. I'm just feeling my way with this, so be patient. The idea is get the support covered, and then you can refine it, and you can get your sky, your rough sky or your stormy sky. I want to do a bit of a sea picture of this one. I don't know, a bit of a... Oh, just a bit of white in there. You get variety. And the joy of acrylic is that it dries very quickly. Trying to be Turner-esque. Miss Payne's great. Poor old Turner and Co. They had to grind their paints from scratch. We've got the luxury of tubes. Just fill in the gaps here, the tooth of the paper. I like that. Do some more of that. Now my colours are cadmium red, ultramarine, burnt sienna and yellow ochre. The black and the white I don't count as a colour. You might think differently. Just spread that a little bit. Quite like that. Wild. I'm not wild, by the way. I might put out some cad yellow in a minute. Turner spent a lot of time, 20 years or so in, well, going to and from his London house and Mrs. Booth's house on the seafront at Margate. Margate's coming up now. Went through the bucket and spade era, but sophistication's coming back to that lovely seaside resort. No, I don't like that. Ooh, where'd that come from? That's ruined it now. Well, for a moment anyway. I've got my colours close together, and the red, the pile of red is close to the pile of blue. But I want to go back, get that back again. Let's try to put some carrots into this now. Blue, but I want plenty of light, and I like that colour. And we want some light, it's quite a light horizon. I've got so many brushes here. Well, I'll probably tell I've got a little tiny little brush. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so we don't want a red sail. We want a white sail. Running for home. Right, well, let's have a couple of points. Right, well, not much I can really do on that one. Apart from getting a bit of do I need to do any more with the knife? I ask myself, well, we could just that's birch yellow has dried out. Okay, we'll put that in the mount. It's a painting, isn't it? Everyone brings you closer to the goal you'll never reach. unrealistic skies, obviously stock in trade for this sort of thing. Well, there we are. That's a bit of a happy accident. That nice bit of light, misty up over there. Running for home. Yeah, I'll even put a signature on this one. I'll do that later. I usually, if I sign these, which is not very often, I use a acrylic pen, pencil, pen, biro, pen. Right, well I hope you like that one, folks. How long have we been doing it? We've gone into 30 minutes yet? 31 minutes. Oh well, I'll waste some time now. Talk to you because sometimes this Windows, the new Windows editor, if it goes past 30 minutes on my SD cards anyway, it splits the video, so I then have to edit the two together, which is easy enough. But if it doesn't go over the 30 minutes, say about a minute, 2 minutes. It does sometimes stops. It won't record the last bit, and then angrily I have to go and put it on the original Windows Movie Maker and sort it out. Right, okay. Now let's show you. I don't think I should. If you look at my other bits and pieces on Turner, I've got a book here I bought years ago. Yeah, look at this. I mean, those guys just don't exist. But they are beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful. I did a version of that, but I used colour, so I didn't copy it. I just used the idea. But Turner's long dead. He's not going to complain, is he? You're not going to get a letter from the copyright people. I mean, look at this. Look. Oh my word! Look, sun. What was this? Rain, Steam and Speed. One of his most famous paintings. Look at that. They scoffed at it when he painted it, but they're not scoffing now, are they? It's worth millions. But thankfully, it's in the Tate Britain gallery, and it belongs to the nation, as do most of these. So look at that one. Look. Oh gosh, why didn't I originate? Why can't I paint like that? I hear you say. But look, they're just wonderful. But most of the plates are. Oh, there's the Fighting Samurai. It's just quite amazing. I could put a boy in here. That's what Turner did, didn't he? A red boy. They did that at the Royal Academy exhibition on Varnishing Day, and they scoffed when he put the dob on the sea. And he came back and he spat on it and put his finger in it and changed it into a boy. They were flabbergasted. They didn't know what to do with themselves. Let's let's just get a little bit of white under there on it. Well, there we are. Probably a lobster pot on the bottom of that. Off the Cornish coast, running for home. Well, that one's a bit low, isn't it? Let's make them a little bit bigger. Move him up a bit. Let's just get that out. Okay, running home. running to home. Heading, right, anyway, I'm just mumbling now. I think we've gone into about 3 minutes now. I'll show you, I'll remind you of, I was going to go to the Hobbycraft today and get another one of these books, but it's a bank holiday today, so they will be shut. I've filled this book up, and you've seen me work on it over the couple of months, with these sort of acrylics, and I'm going to be bolder. They are all varnished. That's got a crease in because I overdid the water on that one. But they're not going anywhere. They're not for sale. I've done this for my family to keep. They're just a bit. They're upside down. I can't keep turning the book over. But there's a painting on every one. Well, I've done a couple there. Sort of meadow. They're just beautiful to do, and I'm itching to get another one of these books before the price rockets. We're being scaremongered in this country at the moment. So there we are, sketchbook, Dave's sketchbook. There's about 60 paintings in there, all done, all demonstrated on YouTube or Patreon. So I'm quite liking that. There's loads of colour. That's the thing. Loads of colour and movement. It's not a flat, dead sky. It's got its own character. Totally unrealistic, as are these rocks. But you know they're rocks, and I know that's a boy. Couple of boats running for home. Right, I'm excited about this one. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow, or not. No, it won't be tomorrow. Bike ride in the morning. I'll take my wife to the hospital to have some tests done. So see you on Wednesday. Bye bye.